Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Sure.
Nice to be here. It's a magic night, isn't it?
Isn't it magic? Electricity in the air.
Ed's here. Ed reminds me of like a really successful Shriner. I like Ed.
And you're one of the few people who hasn't cut a record with Julio Iglesias.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Julio was there. Have you actually given away any of those $1 million cash prizes? You say,
of them.
where I will personally award this giant prize?
I do it personally.
Does anybody call up and say, no, Ed, just mail it in?
No. They want to see me. They want to see me. If you win, I'll come to your house.
I got one in the mail from him one day.
Is that right?
Oh, yes. Says you may have already won.
And what happened?
Nothing. I didn't win.
No,
Didn't win.
probably not.
Didn't win.
It's on the up and up, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not a
Very
scam?
legit. No.
Okay.
Does this man look like he would be involved in a scam?
No.
Rock of
not
Gibraltar
Ed,
here, Mr. Honest.
It's a magic night, isn't it?
Magic night.
It's a magic week. This is we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty. If you go now, say you load up to Winnebago and you're leaving, I don't know, Barstow today. And you motor out east to the Meadowlands, Giant Stadium.
Right.
One of these days, a travel agent who has a package now. Yeah, we can do that. We can put that together. And this David Walper is doing like 9 different shows. And they're each like 6 hours long. And one of them features, now remember what we're celebrating here. 100 years of the Statue of Liberty, the 4th of July, the birth of this great nation of ours. I say that, by the way, for cheap applause. Thank you.
We're not against that on this show.
No. So if you go to one of these shows, like one afternoon, 80,000 people at Giant Stadium, and you know it'll be comfortable, the middle of early July in New Jersey. No humidity there. It's like Manila. You're going to see a show with 200 Elvis impersonators. To me, that says liberty, damn it. That's what it is.
Dignified occasion.
Absolutely.
Will you be there during the festivities?
No, I'm here. I'm on vacation.
But I see.
After we settle our little unpleasantness, then I'm on vacation.
That is true. You're here really for 2 reasons.
That's right, 2 reasons.
We are friends, and we're going to talk a little bit, and then we do have some differences that I think have to be settled.
That's right. And they will be settled. I have every confidence that the judicial system in this country works if the price is right. But
I'm willing to put my case in the hands of Judge Wapner, and we'll get to that later.
We're going to do that now or later?
No, we'll do that later.
Look what I found in my mailbox. I'm in New York City, and I come back here to do this. And, you know, you get flyers, they'll leave them on your windshield or in your mailbox about home repairs, handymen, guys who'll come and tidy up and do work around the house. So I get this at my house, and this is absolutely true. Take a look at this. Right here, a hand-lettered brochure. If you have odd jobs, repair work, clean up around your house, contact these guys, the Fix-em Dudes. I think the name says it all, doesn't it, folks? Here's master craftsman at work. Honey, who should we get to rewire the house? You want to get this reliable electrical contractor here? They're rated AAA. No, let's turn it over to these boys, the Fix-em Dudes.
Want them prowling the premises?
You don't suppose these guys are too badly surfed out, do you? No.
You should.
Can we borrow a hammer?
Yeah. Well, you should probably, now we'll talk about the other reason that you're here.
Yeah, okay.
Which we have to address ourselves to tonight.
Kind of a somber occasion, isn't it?
In a way, yes.
It went from a magic night to a somber occasion.
Yes, all of a sudden. Do you remember some months ago, I called you at your home.
That's right.
And mentioned that you had a red truck parked in front of your house.
Right. No surprise to me.
No surprise at all. And I thought, first of all, I thought you put it out there was a cutout that you put on the street to show the tourists who come by that you're just a good old boy.
Right.
And, you know, look, David, he's got a pickup out there. He's one of us. And I said it was pretty junky, and I said, living in Malibu, I thought it was an eyesore.
Yeah.
And should be removed. We had a few words about that, and in fact, when you were on the show last, your truck did show up.
That's right.
On this stage.
April 8th.
It showed up on this stage. That's all I will say. It showed up here. April the 18th, I believe.
Why did it show up? It was stolen.
No,
Thank you.
Allegation.
No, that's an allegation, and we're going to have to discuss
Allegation?
that.
All right.
Anyway, you seem to feel that I've committed some kind of a heinous crime here, and that some damages are due you. And I thought the only way to really solve this was to bring a gentleman here tonight who does this every day on People's Court, Judge Wapner. He agreed to come here tonight and negotiate some kind of settlement. Right?
That's right. It's a little like big-time wrestling here.
That's right, and we have... That's right. And we're both agreed to abide by his decision.
That's right, absolutely.
All right, we will take a break, and His Honor will join us in a moment.
You can pay for the name.
And to reach a just decision, we agreed to ask a retired municipal and Superior Court judge who's been the presiding judge for 5 years on the People's Court. Would you welcome, please, Judge Joseph Wapner.
Gentlemen, since this is an arbitration, I'm going to have to ask you to be sworn, if you don't mind. You and each of you do solemnly swear the testimony you are about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
More or less, sir. Yes.
You better be more.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Do I begin, Judge? What happens here?
You wait for me, Mr. Letterman.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Letterman,
You're no Sandra Day O'Connor. Please. Well, I got off to a wrong start there, didn't I?
Mr. Letterman, my understanding is that you have some complaint about a truck that was, you allege Mr. Carson took from you?
Absolutely. I tell you...
Where was that truck, sir?
If I could interrupt, if it pleases the court...
It wouldn't please me at all.
If I could interrupt here just a second. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we found out that there was going to be an opening on the Supreme Court, and I think myself and the rest of America just naturally assumed you'd be going to Washington. 1886, and I'd like to thank Mr. Zapruder for the footage. Now, I also have some photographs to indicate that it was damaged after that fact. The truck
I'll
was...
get to the damages, if you don't mind. Mr. Carson, did you have that truck taken away and brought to the studio?
Your Honor, Mr. Letterman used the word stolen.
No, I didn't say stolen.
Yeah.
I know he used the word, but I didn't.
Yes, sir, I did remove the truck from the premises.
All right.
An illegally parked truck on county property.
I object, Your Honor. I object.
Well, don't object. It's not going to help you any. Why was it illegally parked, sir?
May I offer an evidence, Your Honor?
Yes,
a
sir.
picture here?
Yes.
Please show this to you and then show it to our viewing audience. You can see the truck parked partly on the street and on county property, not on the setback.
All right.
On the setback? What the hell's a setback? You park on the setback?
I did remove this as a private and public nuisance from the neighborhood.
Why do you consider it a public nuisance?
Yeah. I'd like to hear that.
Your Honor, very often I have people come to my home at night, and because the truck is an eyesore and a relic, I would like to introduce first, Your Honor, if I may, some tape of the truck to show the condition it was in, to show you why it was removed. May we have that tape, please, to show you the condition of this fine vehicle. Here is the inside of this finely maintained automobile. You see this?
Okay.
And of course, just let me and see. Here's the well-kept interior of the truck bed.
All right, I'll admit that it needs to be waxed.
Your Honor, for Mr. Letterman accused me of damaging his truck is somewhat like Emmett Kelly's accusing me of damaging his clothing. I removed it as a public nuisance because people who often come to my house will go out of their way not to see this nuisance. When I jog at night, the truck is parked close to the street. I have to avoid the truck and actually run with the traffic at my back.
Your Honor, may I interject something?
How long is the truck, though, Mr. Carson?
How long?
Yeah. How long does it take you to get around this truck?
Your Honor, may I make a point here? I don't think...
You didn't answer my question yet.
Yes, listen to the judge. I actually have to detour around the truck, Your Honor, into the roadway.
Yes.
Which poses a danger.
Point of order?
We're not in a meeting, we're in a court. What would you like to tell me,
Well,
sir?
I'd just like to say that I don't think Mr. Carson runs.
That is not true, Your Honor. I do run frequently at night past Mr. Letterman's home.
How far do you run?
Several miles.
Several miles.
Oh.
you could admonish the plaintiff not to make these...
Let me take the steak away. I don't like the oil.
Yes.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Letterman.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
claim
Your
that the truck was damaged, the headlight was damaged? in some way?
Absolutely.
All right.
I have
Did you
proof
have it
of it.
repaired?
I have estimates to have it repaired. I have 3 estimates to have it
Did
repaired.
I see them?
See the estimates?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me get them from my massive briefs here. You pass those. Would you be good enough to pass those? Oh, I also have an affidavit, a sworn statement of a gentleman who looks after my home that the truck, in fact, was damaged upon its return. And notarized. It was notarized.
Good. Well, you've given me 2 estimates, sir.
Yeah, I know. My dog ate the other one.
All right.
May I interject, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
As you can see, that the headlight was not damaged when the truck was on stage. The truck was returned to Mr. Letterman's home, where it sat on the street unguarded.
Well, who drove the truck back?
Our staff returned the truck to Mr. Letterman's house.
Do you have an affidavit from anyone from the staff that when you brought it back, it was not damaged at all, sir?
Oh, yes.
Do you have it with you?
Well, I'll get it for you. My staff will give me whatever I want, sir.
Sir, you sound suspiciously like some of my litigants.
No, sir. The truck was returned to Mr. Letterman's home, but the truck sat out there for 3 days before Mr. Letterman realized that the headlight hadn't been damaged.
Blatant miscarriage of justice.
Were you living there, Mr. Letterman, at the time?
Absolutely. I have photographic evidence, by the way.
You were staying there at the time the truck was parked for 3 days?
Yeah. But I have...
Something tells me you weren't.
Well,
Mr. Letterman actually was in New York, Your Honor, at that time.
Were you in New York, Mr. Letterman?
Oh, all right, damn it.
They didn't...
My case is, Your Honor, that Mr. Letterman suffered no actual damages
I have
whatsoever.
photographic evidence right here, by the way.
When were those photographs taken?
These pictures were taken 4/22/86, 4 days after I asked for my truck to be returned. I asked if it could be returned that evening and was told laughingly that it would have to wait till Tuesday.
All right.
So they could do some of this wonderful body work on it.
Who took these pictures, Mr. Letterman?
I took those pictures.
You didn't take the one of yourself,
Yeah,
did
I
you?
was just testing the camera.
Does he look like this?
I don't...
Yeah, no, it's a common practice among comedians, Your Honor, to play practical jokes and stunts from time to time. It's almost an internecine thing that comedians do. This is, at worst, is a practical joke, and Mr. Letterman suffered no actual damages whatsoever.
What other damage did you suffer, Mr. Letterman, other than this headlight that you allege?
I didn't get to use the truck for 4 days. I use it on the weekends. I take it down to San Diego and bring some friends over the border.
There's no proof, Your Honor, that the truck is even in operating condition or actually runs.
I could go on for a long time, gentlemen, and I'm sure you have other evidence to present, but I think I've probably heard enough, so I'm going to take a short recess, and I'll come back and give you my decision.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Fair enough.
We'll be right back with the judge's decision.
You may be seated, gentlemen. I don't know if you can take this unless you're sitting down. Let me tell you first that by taking the car, Mr. Carson, you did it because it was a nuisance. That's what you're alleging. If it was truly a private nuisance, you can abate the nuisance. If it's on public property, which it was. If it wasn't a nuisance and you abated it using self-help, you're guilty of conversion. If you're guilty of conversion, you're liable for damages.
There you go. Conversion. If I've ever seen a converter, it's this guy.
Mr. Letterman, it's my turn.
I'm sorry. I lost my head. Forgive me.
He's lucky I'm not a comedian. I could have said something. A nuisance is defined as something that is injurious to health, or is indecent, or offensive to the senses,
All
or
of those.
something that interferes with a comfortable enjoyment of life or property.
All of those.
It's not a very pretty sight. It's not a very pretty truck. But I must agree with Mr. Letterman that it's not a nuisance.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's not a nuisance.
Oh, thank God.
When we say
Thank
it's
the Lord.
offensive, it has to be offensive to a reasonable person and not just offensive to Johnny Carson. Now,
Thank you.
by that I don't suggest, sir, that you're not reasonable. I say it's an objective standard. It's a reasonable man standard. It's not, or a reasonable woman standard. So you didn't have any right to take the truck. You did. You did it as a practical joke, perhaps as a gag. But the light was damaged, and from the evidence that I've heard, it's probably damaged in your possession. Therefore, I find that you're liable to Mr. Letterman in the sum of $24.95.
$24.95.
Yes. And the steaks go back to Mr. Letterman.
Oh, thank you very much.
You can have the steak.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Thank you very much.
We both agreed to abide by this decision. There's no appeal, right?
That's right. You signed an agreement that you would be
And
bound.
so there is $25.
Thank you very
You
much.
owe me 5 cents.
I have it right here. Thank you very
And,
much. Thank you.
I realize you're an honest judge because a lot of people were saying because you were on the Tonight Show, you would probably rule in my favor.
Yeah.
But you ruled in me.
Who would say a thing
Well,
like that?
some of my staff, we've got a lot of explaining to do after this is over. I thought this was a lock if there ever was one. Judge Wapner, thank you so much for being with us.
Pleasure.
We enjoyed having you. Come back and see us. David,
John,
thank you. No, I'm sorry. You got your money. We'll see you soon. Good night.